on night number 2 of the Sage Fruit Skagit Nationals. Tanner Thorson and Rico Abreu in row 1. James McFadden and Brad Sweet in the 2nd row. Justin Sanders and Cole Macedo in the 3rd row. Then you have Jacob Allen and Trey Starks in row 4. Tanner Holmes and Brent Marks in row number 5. Shane Golobic, Robbie Price in row 6. Corey Eliason, Colton Heath in 7. Dominic Scelzi and Parker Price Miller in 8. Justin Peck, Jason Solwold, Casey Kahne, Tyler Thompson the first 10 rows. Skagit Speedway, we got them racked. We got them stacked. Let's go racing on turn number 4. We are green.
Battle for supremacy into turn number 1. 3 different racing lines showing in your screen off the corner. Is Thorson escaping up to the high side. Off of turn number 4, he'll lead lap number 1 with Rico Abreu chasing him.
Tanner Thorson shows the way early on night number 2 of the Sage Fruit Skagit Nationals. Rico Abreu runs in the 2nd spot. Brad Sweet quickly by James McFadden into the 3rd spot. McFadden runs 4th, and right now in the top 5, the 21 car is Cole Macedo.
Just like we saw in the B main, quite the high-low differential. Every line getting used as there goes Sweet down to the bottom, showing the nose to Abreu as they roll through 3 and 4. Sweet down low, drag race to the line, give it to Abreu now, but Sweet's coming.
Abreu and Sweet both split wins here last year at the Skagit Speedway with the World of Outlaws. Now they're going at it tonight for a Kubota Highlander Racing win. Would be a huge win, as Tony mentioned earlier, for Brad Sweet, his dad's birthday tonight, but also his first win in nearly 4 months as he runs in the 3rd spot right now behind the 24 of Abreu. Thorson extending the advantage.
Now Sweet on the bottom. Abreu had gone to the bottom through turn number 2. He goes back to the top as James McFadden is starting to close in on that battle. McFadden in 4th, trying to run him on down. We're 5 in, 25 to go, and Thorson has opened her up big time already.
Justin Sanders has entered the top 5. He got by Cole Macedo the last time by the line, so Justin Sanders is up to 5th. Remember the top 4 in points. A big flame coming out of the side of Tanner Holmes' car off of turn 4. He continues on for now. Thorson about to encounter lap traffic up ahead.
I will keep an eye going as there are 2x2 in front of him. Oh no, Trey Starks off the pace.
Oh, that is
Starks
huge.
Back straightaway, rolling to a stop.
Huge.
Your points leader has ducked in, winner of the last 2 Kubota High Limit Racing main events, and he is coming in, and that team is about to go thrashing for their Sage Fruit Skagit Nationals life here in the pit area.
Trey Starks entered this main event with an 8-point lead at the top of the event point standings over Justin Sanders, a 14-point lead over James McFadden, and a 14, yes, and then a 16-point lead over Brad Sweet. So it's very, very close there at the top of those point standings. So Starks, they need to make repairs. Like, they have to.
Okay, so the differential, we haven't had anybody dropping out yet.
Yep.
And mind you, your provisional in Bayston is only getting Kubota High Limit points. He
Correct.
is not getting Skagit Nationals points. Between top points and bottom points in this main event is 46 points. So everybody can theoretically get 46 on him or less as Tony's live down in the work area.
Problems with the rear end here for Trey Starks. They're communicating with him, trying to get it to lock it into gear to see exactly what is going on in the rear end there. I'm going to check in with Hunter Brady and see if he knows anything, guys.
He was running 7th at the time, started 8th, so it actually went +1 on the field before this incident for him.
It's a complete rear end break, guys. Starks is done.
Wow.
Okay, so he will get last place Skagit Nationals points for this. That means as of right now, Tanner Thorson would gain 46 markers on him.
Would be a huge
44 for Rico, 40 for Sweet, or 42 for Sweet, 40 for McFadden, and 38 for Sanders.
Thorson was 40 points behind Trey Starks. He was actually tied with Corey Day for 8th in points, 40 behind. So it's going to take a couple more guys, I think, to have issues, including Abreu, Marks, and Golobic as well for Thorson to sneak in there. But we'll see what happens here.
Either way, this takes him out of the top 4.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He might sneak on the front row of a heat race, maybe, as we are going to come back to the green flag. Tanner Thorson's led the first 7. Abreu to the outside. Back to green flag racing. Great restart on the outside for James McFadden.
Abreu gets down to the bottom. Abreu ahead through the apex of the corner. Rico Abreu's got the lead. Thorson's going to have to wind her up, get the momentum back. But on the restart, Rico Abreu to the point.
Cole Macedo to 4th, getting by Brad Sweet down the front straightaway. So Cole Macedo's up to the 4th position as James McFadden's looking up underneath Tanner Thorson down the back straightaway. McFadden has got the 2nd spot in turn 3.
McFadden digging down low, looking for the 2 spot. A little bit of a wheel stand as he came off the berm. That costs him. Thorson's still in this. A lot of wing speed coming up the high groove. Thorson back to second, at least for now.
Now McFadden going to try and slide up racetrack. Can't get there in time, and Tanner Thorson drives back around him on the outside to maintain the second position. James McFadden slips back to third. Brad Sweet got back by the number 21 of Cole Macedo. Macedo still runs fifth. Then it's Sanders, Marks, Allen, Eliason, and Tanner Holmes runs out the top 10 right now.
Just a hair over a third of the way through this race. 11 down and 19 to go. Out in front of the field is Abreu, Thorson, McFadden, and Thorson trying to reel him in and run him down. Rico is going to catch traffic. It's about 7 to 6 laps away here on this run. As big moves back in the field, Sanders and Macedo going after it hard.
They certainly are. Now race for third once again is Brad Sweets pulled up to the left rear tire. James McFadden for the runner, or the bottom step of the podium. Down the front straightaway, they're side by side. Now McFadden switches the lines up, cuts off the 49 of Brad Sweet, and takes the bottom spot of the way.
Sweet comes through the middle of 1 and 2. Rewires, comes back after him again on the bottom of 3 and 4. Brad Sweet good down on the bottom of the racetrack. McFadden to the top, trying to hold on to a podium finish here. Good battle for the third spot.
Tanner Thorson the last 2 laps has been faster than your race leader, Rico Abreu. Abreu now encountering the back of the field. Most of those cars are on the bottom of the racetrack. Abreu just had to slip to the top of the racetrack there. Gonna lose some ground. Thorson closing in down the backstretch as Rico looks to the outside of Greg Hamilton.
Let's watch and see how Abreu deals with the slower traffic. He's up and around Hamilton as we are over halfway home, 16 down at this point in time.
Hamilton just had an issue and got into Thorson right there. I have no idea how Tanner Thorson kept going. I have no idea how he kept going right there.
Is the race car okay is the next question.
Looks like it is from here. Oh, the left side panel.
Yeah, top wing damage.
The left side panel, the wicker bill actually going right through the number on that car. Knocking the Kubota Highland Racing sticker off the panel almost as well. We'll have to see what happened here, but I'm not sure what happened to Greg Hamilton. Slid right into the side of Tanner Thorson. Now Hamilton's on, or in the rod end supply work area, Tony.
Chase, it was like Hamilton locked up the front tires and the car just simply did not turn. It went up track in corner number 1 directly into the path of second place, number 88, Tanner Thorson. Thorson had absolutely nowhere to go.
Well, we just saw a flat right front tire on the 96 for Greg Hamilton. Here is the flow replay. Going into the corner, Hamilton's tire is already down. Tanner Thorson was committed to the top and they got together.
Ooh, nowhere to go for Thorson. And again, top wing damage at minimum for Tanner.
Oh, man,
you can
he
see
hit
where
the
it
wall
happened.
hard. He hit the wall hard with the right rear.
Well, you can run Skagit Speedway without a Watts link. It's been done before. It's just not super easy.
Tony?
I don't know if you guys saw it in that replay. I tried to catch it on the big screen here, but Thorson absolutely thundered that wall, to quote Corey Day. Sparks flew from the top wing of that number 88 when he made contact with the retaining wall outside turn number 1. It was definitely a sizable impact for Thorson.
Yeah, he absolutely plastered the wall. Now Thorson's ahead of the field and going to come to the work area. Does he have a flat right front? Nope, does not look like it, so he's pulling out in front of the field. I'm not sure what he's doing. Something's broke on the... Something is broke. It might be a flat right front as well for Tanner Thorson. Wow.
Heartbreak for Thorson, who was bidding for his first official Kubota High Limit Racing Series win and taking a hard left turn. This has got to be disappointing to the max.
A flat right front for Tanner Thorson. Was running in second, led the first 7 or 8 laps of this race, Tony, and man, oh man, this guy cannot catch a break.
They laid out down here, guys, right in front of Corey Day's mule. Both the Clausen Marshall and the Jason Myers Racing guys laid out waiting for Tanner. He's come through on the paved pad here that makes up the Rod End Supply work area. Members from several different teams, Rico Abreu Racing, Ridge and Sun Racing's included, have the new right front ready to go. They also brought a right rear to the work area. From the looks of it, they will not need it, as the 96 is going to get out of the way here, but they're getting ready to take the old right front off and mount on the fresh and inflated right front Hoosier tire for Tanner Thorson.
Well, thank you for that update, Tony. We need to mention this as well. Corey Day won the B main, Caleb, and in 16 laps and he is up into the 8th position in the 14 cars. We'll come back to green.
Yeah, put nothing past Corey Day, and with half this main event left, this is by no means over. Abreu and now McFadden right up to challenge him. We're back to green, and it's a good start for Rico.
Rico turns it down the hill, pulls away from James McFadden. Abreu's going to go to the middle, trying to slide it up to the cushion. McFadden got to it before him, gets a big run. Here comes Brad Sweet down the back straightaway. James McFadden looking to the bottom of the racetrack for the race lead. Off at turn number 4, Abreu still shows the way.
He's going to hold it up around the high side of 1 and 2 with McFadden down low and Sweet following him in and through. Meanwhile, Corey Day streaking his way up into 5th. Watch the black and red 14 car. He's coming.
Wind him up and watch him go. Corey Day on the top of the racetrack, 21st to 5th. We've still got 12 laps to go. To the outside of Justin Sanders. Going to make the pass down the back straightaway. Now looking to the inside of Cole Macedo. Race for second as well between Brad Sweet and James McFadden.
Almost too much action to follow here at Skagit Speedway as Abreu continuing to pound down the top. Tiptoeing around the bottom is McFadden. 3rd is Sweet, and Sweet with a big move to the inside. Slide job coming through the corner. Beautiful crossover by McFadden.
McFadden retakes the 2nd spot, but a bold move right there from Brad Sweet. Sweet takes the right rear right back to the top of the racetrack, hammers the cushion in turns 1 and 2. Might see another slider. Nope, this time he'll take the 49 car to the inside of the racetrack. Corey Day behind him to the inside of Cole Macedo looking for 4th off of turn 4.
Thought Macedo might be in slide job territory there for Day, but Day opts to carry the low side at least that time around. Winding it up one more time as now Sweet trying to find the middle of 3 and 4 to get by McFadden. All the while 8 to go, and Abreu is starting to stretch again.
He does have traffic up ahead of him, though. They're 3 wide in front of your race leader as Rico Abreu comes off at turn number 4, surveying the field in front of him, trying to find a way, trying to size up these lap cars. Meanwhile, 2nd and 3rd do appear to be closing in a little bit on that Rico Abreu Racing number 24 car.
And we're going to have a new 2nd place driver. Brad Sweet makes the move on McFadden. McFadden trying to come back after him on the bottom, but can't do it. The big cat up into position number 2.
Brad Sweet around the inside of the racetrack. McFadden trying to fight back to the outside. Can't get there. Now McFadden going to throw a slider of his own. James McFadden back to 2nd across the nose of Brad Sweet. Sweet crosses him up. That time by 5 laps to go, and they both are closing in on Rico Abreu.
Great back and forth action as Abreu now 4 car lengths back of slower traffic, who's hanging around on the bottom of the racetrack. The up top is treacherous. There's not a huge cushion to lean on up there, especially in the fluff of 1 and 2 as Abreu now into slower cars.
Brad Sweet 3/10 faster than Abreu the last time by. The problem for him is he's running the bottom in 1 and 2. That's where all of the lap cars are. This time by, going to be 3 laps to go. Rico a 13.6. Brad Sweet a 13.2. Here he comes, got the rod and reel out. He's catching up to the 24 car.
Brad Sweet wants to end the winless streak. He wants to do it tonight at Skagit Speedway. 2 laps to go. 6 car lengths separate 1 and 2, and traffic will be a factor.
Another 3/10 taken out of lead that time for Brad Sweet as Rico Abreu got in the cushion, lost a little bit of steam. Here they come off of turn number 4 this time by. They're coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go for Rico Abreu.
Down the back straightaway for the final time for Rico Abreu. Exits the cushion into corner number 3 and off of 4. Winner, Rico Abreu. Brad Sweet, James McFadden, Corey Day 21 to 4, and Cole Macedo 5.
How about that one, Skagit Speedway? Great stuff at the front of the field here tonight. For the 2nd time in a row, Abreu is the winner. Brad Sweet finishes in 2nd. James McFadden in 3rd. Corey Day 4th. And Cole Macedo in 5th. Justin Sanders 6th. Brent Marks 7th. Corey Eliason 8th. 9th to Jacob Allen. And 10th to Shane Golobic. He came in right outside of that top 4. He might be able to sneak in. Parker Price Miller, Justin Peck, Tanner Holmes, Tyler Thompson, Dominic Scelzi, the top 15. Zeb Wise, Jason Solwold, Spencer Bayston, Tyler Courtney, and Casey Kahne rounds out the top 20. Climbing from the Jackson Superhero Foundation Hunt Family, we see Valley Transportation number 24 car. It is the 5th win of 2024 with Kubota High Limit Racing. Rico's got the High Limit Racing Victory Lane hat. He's making his way on top of the race car. How about it, Skagit Speedway? Your winner tonight, Rico Abreu. And he is pumped up about this one. 5th of the year. Came into the main event sitting 7th in the overall point standings. This should certainly launch him into that top 4. He will make his way across the racetrack and have a word with Tony Laporta on the Skagit Speedway Victory Lane stage.
Chase, pretty great racing here on night number 2 of the Sage Fruit Skagit Nationals. But you can't help but think, what would it have been if Tanner Thorson's number 88 would have stayed healthy and out on track for the entirety of that race? Rico Abreu will make his way across the track here. He'll be joined on the podium by Brad Sweet and James McFadden. 5 wins this season for the driver to St. Helena, California in the Rico Abreu Racing, number 24. A lot of fans down here on the front stretch looking forward to meeting their winner here on night number 2, as all these teams and drivers are now on the eve of a $100,000+ to win Saturday night feature. How about it, folks? There he is, your winner in the number 24. It's Rico Abreu. A fist bump from the winner. That's always a good thing. I'm looking at the starting lineup here. You came from second tonight. After that initial caution, you have a great restart. You jump down to the inside, you get around Tanner, and then that 24 was gone until the very end. Brad Sweet did start to reel you in there, but you had too much for him. How good did that race car feel tonight?
Yeah, just really management. Just hats off to my team. You know, where we started the night last night to where we finished, to where we started the night tonight, you know, to where we finished. So, you know, this format is passing based, and you got to race hard every time you're on the track. So what a great facility Kevin Rudine has done here. Brought a lot of energy back into Skagit Speedway. We always love to come up here and race. Being from California, starting my career, and knowing all about the Dirt Cup and, you know, Skagit Nationals, and just the history here that Skagit Speedway has built over the years. I'm just really thankful to be here. We got Pacific Boring all the way from Fresno, our sponsor. They're up here tonight, this weekend, spending some time with us. So it's really important that they get to experience these moments in victory lane. Mike Bellows, all the way from West Memphis, Arkansas. Him and his daughter are here. So this is, you know, incredible timing for us to get good. And we've consistently been building the last few races since Chico, kind of as we got out here west, you know, with our team. And just, you got to consistently just plug away at this thing, especially racing for a championship. And, you know, it's just, there's 2 battles we're kind of racing here, to win races and to finish the season strong.
You had an amazing pace out front in clean air. You kept amazing pace, it felt like, once you got into lap traffic. What was the top of these 2 different ends of the racetrack like? It looks like things were a little bit different in 1 and 2 versus 3 and 4. Did it ever get treacherous? Did it ever get tricky for you on the high side?
Yeah, we had to do some hairy wall banging into turn 1. So it was, you know, very tricky track. When you catch lap traffic, it gets, you know, off the rear tires and the turbulence these wings create. It gets a little dusty and your car kind of gets upset and out of the track. So you got to really get technical with your feet work and understand what your car wants. I know the pace was slowing down and the bottom was coming, but I could just, you know, when I caught some clean air, I could carry a lot of speed around the top, and we kind of set up for that. So I committed to it, and I knew, you know, the 83 or the, you know, the 14 was up there, you know, towards the end, and I knew the 49 was going to be hunting the bottom. I just was judging my pace off lap traffic and understanding that I didn't want to go down there and slow down to their pace. So as long as I could just focus on keeping some clean air on my nose, I could really, especially rip through 3 and 4 pretty good.
Well, you certainly ripped through 3 and 4. It felt like you ripped around everywhere on this track really, really well. As a high roller, a full-time racer with Kubota High Limit Racing, whenever you score a victory, whenever any high roller scores a victory, you guys get to send $1,000 of an angel donor's money to any charity of your choice. With your win tonight, which charity are you choosing to support?
I'm doing the Jack Superhero Foundation. You know, someone that, a family that we've come really close to the last few years. You know, he battling neuromuscular disease. Jackson's a big fan of mine, and Jackson's a big fan of mine. And, you know, I know he's here watching tonight. If not, he's going to be watching in the morning. Excuse me. And I've, you know, this is very special that High Limit does this, you know, and the angel donor donates $1,000 to a charity of choice to these drivers. And, you know, I'm going to match that $1,000 again this year. And I know I have some partners at Rico Abreu Racing, you know, Brian Hankins and part of the Hunt family that are going to match that $1,000 as well. And I told them the goal by the end of the year was to get $10,000 donated every time we won a race, and we're getting close.
Rico Abreu goes from second to the win. He stands on top of the podium here in Skagit, an outlaw win, and now a Kubota High Limit Racing national victory. Brad Sweet, you come from 4th tonight, but you really had to work very hard after that last restart. You were reeling in Rico Abreu with great pace. You end up second. What was this track like out there tonight?
Oh, track's great. It's super racy. It's a little dusty, you know, so you gotta pick and choose your lines. Like Rico said, the turbulence from the dust can kind of make it hard for your car. All of a sudden you're handling good, and then you start catching lap traffic, and it can get pretty ice skatey. So it's a lot of fun. It's very technical. My Napa car was definitely the best we've been all weekend there in the A, so that's something positive, and it's all about locking in for tomorrow, and we did that. So Rico was just a little bit better. Didn't get a good restart, that one restart, and you know, had to work my way back forward. I think if I would have not had such a bad restart, I could have maybe, you know, had a little better shot, but that's how racing goes. Rico did a great job. The cushion was really tricky in 1 and 2. It was on the fence, and 3 and 4, you could really hammer it, you know, top or bottom, but my car was kind of good everywhere, and gives me, you know, a lot of confidence going into tomorrow.
Hey, a second place finish, not bad for racer dad Don's birthday. How about it? That's Brad Sweet coming home in second place here tonight. James McFadden, let's get you up on the podium. Third place here tonight. You've had a fantastic West Coast swing, scoring 2 victories since we headed west. Your number 83 has looked really, really good all weekend here at Skagit, including qualifying yesterday. What can you learn? What can you guys take from tonight's performance and apply it to tomorrow's big money A-main event?
Yeah, a lot. It's actually really nice to have 3 nights at a racetrack. You know, we weren't very good last night in the feature race, and thought we learned something and tried that tonight, and we're a lot better. So onwards and upwards, to be locked into the dash tomorrow is key. You know, not having to do that heat race, which is nice. So credit to my guys. You know, like you said, West Coast swing's been really good. It's good to be in the dash for this 100K. Obviously, thank you to everyone, you know, High Limit, Skagit, everyone that puts, you know, the opportunity to race for $100,000. It's been a fun point to this point, and hopefully we can you know, tap it off for Dennis and Teresa and Mobile and Toyota and everyone that helps us. Obviously, it's been a tough swing with, you know, all the travel that's going to come. So having 100K in your pocket would make it a little nicer.
Yeah, it sure would. James McFadden and the Roth Enterprises guys are going to be chasing that big payday, over $100,000 on the line tomorrow evening when we fire them off for that A-main event here to cap off the 2024 running of the Sage Fruit Skagit Nationals.